The defending world champion is not in Prague. Alysa Liu, who won the World Championships in Boston in March 2025 and then won 2 Olympic gold medals in Milan in February 2026, withdrew from the 2026 ISU World Figure Skating Championships on March 8. She said she had too many commitments overlapping with Worlds and not enough training time and that she could not put out her best performance. She said see y'all next season. She went to Paris Fashion Week. She went to the Oakland Rally. She went to the Vanity Fair Oscars party. She signed with Nike. She is not in Prague. And the World Championships happened anyway. The ice does not wait. The competition does not pause. The title that belongs to her right now, the world title she won in Boston last year, will go to a new champion this week regardless of whether she is there to defend it. The women's free skate is Friday. The defending champion is not in the building. But the Blade Angels are. Amber Glenn stepped onto the ice for the short program at the 2026 ISU World Figure Skating Championships in Prague on Wednesday afternoon and found herself in a familiar situation. The triple Axel. The first element in her program. The jump that has defined and at times tormented her competitive career. The jump that dropped her to 13th place at the Olympics when she doubled it in the short program, the mistake that made her free skate comeback to 5th place all the more remarkable. The jump that she has now landed in 12 of 13 attempts this season. She felt herself leaning too far forward on the Axel takeoff during the warm-up. She had botched 2 of 3 attempts before the program began. The green room memory of the Olympics, of the doubled Axel, of the 13th place short program she had to claw her way back from, was available and present. She said WHOA to herself. Not out loud. Inside her head, in the moment before the jump, with the Prague audience watching and the cameras rolling and the world title available to whoever wanted it most. She said WHOA. I am not going to lose my balance. I am going to do this thing. She did the thing. She was the only skater in the entire short program competition to land a triple Axel. Not one of the other 32 competitors who attempted it completed it. Ami Nakai, the Olympic bronze medalist, attempted it and managed only a double. Only Amber Glenn, who was sick as a dog with bronchitis a week ago and turned down every post-Olympic opportunity to keep her focus on Prague, completed the hardest opening jump in the women's figure skating short program. She finished 3rd with 72.65 points. She is in medal position going into Friday's free skate. Here is who Amber Glenn is for the people who know her primarily as Alysa Liu's teammate. Amber Glenn was born in Plano, Texas in 1999. She is 26 years old. She started skating competitively as a child and has been on the U.S. national team for over a decade. She has dealt with mental health challenges throughout her career, including a period in her mid-teens when she said she did not want to be on this earth anymore. She came back from that. She came out as bisexual and pansexual in 2019 and became one of the most visible LGBTQ athletes in winter sports. She has won 3 consecutive U.S. national championships. She is the first skater to win 3 consecutive U.S. titles since Michelle Kwan. She went to the Beijing Olympics in 2022 but missed the women's individual event after a COVID diagnosis. She has competed at 4 consecutive world championships. She has never won a world championship medal. She is 26 years old and she is in 3rd place in Prague with the free skate still to come, and she has never won a world championship medal. This is the most important competition of Amber Glenn's career. In the weeks between the Olympics and the World Championships, Amber Glenn made a specific and deliberate choice. She turned down almost everything. After the Olympics ended, the opportunities arrived the way they always arrive for athletes who just performed at the highest stage in the world. Invitations. Appearances. Sponsorship conversations. Every door that opens when the world is suddenly paying attention. She accepted one. The GLAAD Media Awards on March 5 in Beverly Hills, where she presented the Outstanding New Series Award to the cast of Heated Rivalry. One appearance. One statement of what she values. One evening. Then back to training. She said there were so many opportunities that she wanted to do so bad, but she knew it was not the responsible choice. She also got sick. Sick as a dog after the Olympics with something resembling a sinus infection or bronchitis. The illness that swept through the athlete village after 2 weeks of competition caught her too. She trained through it. She managed it. She got on a plane to Prague. Alysa Liu took a different path. The media tour. The talk shows. The magazines. The Paris Fashion Week. The Oscars. The Nike signing. The Oakland rally. The life of a person who became a cultural phenomenon in 3 weeks and made the choice to live fully inside that moment. Both choices are right. Both athletes made the decision that was correct for them. But the consequence of Amber Glen's choice is that she is standing in Prague having done almost nothing between Milan and this week except rest, recover, and train. She is prepared. She is focused. She is healthy. She is in 3rd place after the short program at the World Championships she has never won a medal at. Isabeau Levito tells a different story about getting to Prague. The 20-year-old from New Jersey was in 12th place at the Olympics after the short program and fought her way to a final placing of 4th in the free skate. She left Milan and tried to get home. An East Coast storm hit. Flights were cancelled and rerouted. She went from Milan to Atlanta to Denver. She had a pre-planned commitment in Alaska that got cancelled because by the time she reached Colorado she had come down with a flu-like sickness. It took her 5 to 6 days to get back to New Jersey from Milan. She said what really killed her spirit was not the competitive result. It was the 5 to 6 days of travel nightmare. By the time she finally got to the rink, she was just really excited to get back into a normal routine. She said training is part of her normal routine and that is when she feels her best. She said she did not feel like she had just come back from work. She felt like she was finally home. She arrived in Prague having also made changes to her program. She attempted a more difficult jump combination, the triple Lutz triple loop, and received a slightly negative grade of execution for an edge call. But the rest of her program to the Sophia Loren medley was clean and she scored 72.16 to place 4th, just behind her teammate. She said of her decision to attempt the harder combination despite her coach suggesting the backup, "I was like, it really would kill my spirit if we just didn't try." It would kill her spirit. She tried. She got the edge call. She scored 72.16. She is 4th. She is in medal contention. At the top of the leaderboard after the short program sits the skater who has owned this competition for the past 3 years. Kaori Sakamoto of Japan leads with 79.31 points. Her teammate Mon Chiba is second with a personal best of 78.45. Sakamoto won 3 consecutive world titles in 2022, 2023, and 2024. Then Alysa Liu won the world title in Boston in 2025, ending the streak. Then Alysa Liu edged Sakamoto again at the Milan Olympics by 1.89 points, taking gold while Sakamoto took silver. And now Alysa Liu is not in Prague. Sakamoto is. And she is leading the competition. And this is the final competition of her career. She announced before this season that it would be her last. She is retiring after Prague. A woman who won 3 world titles and 4 Olympic medals is ending her career in the capital city where she competed in her first ever Junior Grand Prix event 13 years ago. At that 2013 Junior Grand Prix in nearby Ostrava, Czechia, she could see only a few people dispersed in the audience. In Prague in 2026 she skated to a full arena and scored a season best and said she felt how far she had come. She wants the 4th world title. It would make her the first woman to win 4 world titles since Michelle Kwan. The free skate is Friday. Amber Glenn has been competing against Sakamoto since that same 2013 Junior Grand Prix. She said Kaori has been an incredible example of showing that you can be one of the top skaters for a long period of time and do it in a healthy way. She said for so many years she idolized her, and to be here with her at these competitions has been very exciting. Sakamoto was asked about Glenn shielding her from photographers at the Olympics when she was tearful after her small mistakes cost her the gold medal. Sakamoto said with misty eyes, "She is the kind of person who thinks what can I do when she sees somebody in trouble or in pain. I speak for all the Japanese skaters in saying we are very grateful she does that." Two competitors. 13 years of competing against each other. One ending her career. One trying to win her first world medal. Both in Prague because they chose Prague. The ISU Director General was asked about Alysa Liu's absence. He said, "Would we like her to be with us? Absolutely. But we have 11 out of 15 medalists from Milan coming to Prague, so it is not exactly a B team lineup." He is right. It is not a B team. Sakamoto is here closing out one of the greatest careers in the history of the sport. Mon Chiba is here with a personal best score. Amber Glenn is here third after the short program. Isabeau Levito is here fourth. Ilya Malinin is here seeking his third consecutive world title after his fall ended his hopes in Milan. The competition is full of the people who defined the last 4 years of this sport. It is just that the woman who redefined what this sport is allowed to be is watching from somewhere else. Maybe Oakland. Maybe wherever she is between stars on ice rehearsals and Nike campaign shoots and whatever comes next in the life of a 20-year-old who just became the face of the most powerful sports brand on earth. She is not in Prague. But what she started is in Prague. The Blade Angels she trained alongside. The sport she changed. The rinks filling up in Kansas and Indiana and Alabama because of what she did in Milan. The free skate is Friday. Amber Glenn needs a strong performance to hold her medal position. Isabeau Levito is half a point behind and fighting. Sakamoto needs to hold off the Japanese teammate who just scored a personal best. Mon Chiba has her own gold medal ambitions. Alysa Liu won the world title in Boston last year. She will not be in Prague to defend it this year. She will be somewhere wearing Nike and eating Lucky Charms and saying YOLO and being completely herself. The world title she held will go to someone else this week. Whoever wins it in Prague on Friday will have earned it against some of the best skaters in the world. And next season, when the competitive calendar begins again, the defending champion and the new champion will both have something to prove. The competition continues. The ice does not wait. But right now on Thursday, March 26, 2026 in Prague, Amber Glenn is in third place and she has never won a world championship medal, and the free skate is tomorrow. She said WHOA to herself and landed the triple Axel. The only one who did. She is not done yet.